Good evening, October 12th, 2021, and let's take a look at Bitcoin. Had some crazy action today. We, as I noted last night, had hit that 57.7 area, which is the 618 extension that I was looking for at a minimum, and potentially as the top of this move if 5 truncated and went right here. This is pretty much what we would expect to see. So the possibilities now in the short term are pretty unclear, but honestly it doesn't really matter to me as far as my longer term plan goes. Really doesn't matter at all. Basically, if you don't want to listen any further, all that's going to happen is either we go down one more time to around 50, and that's a great place to long, and then we go up from there, or we proceed upwards here, and it's probably going to be choppy, but we proceed upwards, and then we come down to maybe 53, maybe 50, and then we go up from there. So it really doesn't matter honestly what the short term is doing, but I can at least kind of give a couple of clues here as to what it might look like. So option one is we've already topped, and so here's our A wave right here, and our B wave maybe is finished, maybe it needs to go a little bit higher, who knows. Typically this would just go to about this region here, anywhere between the 618 and the 1236 of that fib extension. So that's like 51.9 basically. I would really kind of prefer this to come down a little bit further to hit that kind of more macro fib extension 382, but it is possible that we could just come down here and that might be the end of it. But really anywhere between 50 and 52K is probably a pretty decent place to scale in to some longs for that possibility. The other possibility is that we are still moving upwards in this 5 if it hasn't completed yet. And I think I said last night, if we break down below this A, that would be a pretty good indication that we're done with 5. We technically have not done that yet. We just spiked down. Pretty insane candle there, but we did not break that A wave, so we still could technically be in this 5th, but it is definitely going to be a choppy move full of ABCs at this point. So like basically that's A, B, and C in a first wave up of 5. We've got an ABC down probably in a second wave of 5. From here we'll see ABC up in a third move, ABC down in a fourth move, and then finally ABC up in a 5th, up into this region. So plenty of chop to be expected still as this plays out, if that's the correct interpretation. Like I said, it certainly could just come down here, but like I said, no matter what, this area here interests me greatly, anywhere between 50K, and if we get up into this region, then I'll look a little higher, maybe to like 53.7. So that pretty much sums it up, but like I said, in either case, this is just looking absolutely terrific. I'll go over to the daily chart here. On the daily, we have our support here in the fourth wave, major fourth wave that held, and we are looking at making this 5th wave up right now. And what we want to see in that 5th wave is a first wave that contains 5 waves, which it did. If you were following me, that tracked 5 waves fairly decently. We had a beautiful ABC down for a 2 right there. So we've got our 1 and 2 in place now for this major 5th. And now basically we want to see the 1 and 2 form just within this 3rd. So that's what we're looking at right now basically is this the one? Is it already done at the 618, which then should hold the 382, and then from there we go up pretty quickly to like 84K, and then down a little bit, and then up like that to end the 3rd wave, or do we need to push up just a little higher, and then maybe we hold support a little bit higher at like 54, but possibly down all the way to 50 again, and then basically the same thing, we head up in 3. So Short term doesn't matter. Long term looks absolutely gorgeous right now. This is sufficient to call it 5 waves in my opinion for this first of 3. And so we're really just waiting for the remainder of this to play out, which should involve a move down, a little bit further, anywhere between 50 and 54. So that's what I'm looking for to pick up some longs. All right, that pretty much sums it up. So good night, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.